What's up? What's up? What's up? All right, guys. So I'm here today, and I want to bring to light a few things. The first is a what you would call an experiment. It's just a theory. It's just something that's getting started right now. A friend of mine, Mike Ann, one of their zoologist friends, and Doug Hychek, um, kind of got involved in this and put this together, the Sasquatch pink hair experiment. What it is, it's a guide to the use of UV light to identify possible Sasquatch hair. Um, kind of got your table of contents here. I'm kind of going to run through some things, the background. In early 2021, podcast host Mike Ann reached out to filmmaker, basically Doug Hychek, to identify a suspected Bigfoot hair. They used different light sources while doing the research for Bigfoot and paranormal, and that's kind of how they came up with the UV situation. Mike experimented with different light sources. Long story short, they decided to kind of put this together, and what had happened is they had a suspected Bigfoot, I guess hair or whatever, and it got looked at, under a cell phone, under a microscope slide, the whole 9 yards, using the UV light. And when they did that, there was a pink luminescence about of the hair. Obviously there's other criteria that you would look for in a hair, but there was like this pink luminescence with the hair. So they kind of got together and came up with the experiment and how this could be looked at. What we are looking for in possible Bigfoot hair samples: it should be wispy and flexible. The hair should be 3 to 9 inches in length, have a slight wavy appearance on a flat surface. It can be any color, tapered end. When examined under a microscope, you will see an intermittent medulla. Those are all the things, like I was saying, that help add to the suspected Bigfoot hair. But it's a pink hair experiment, and they kind of outline everything here: the equipment for the experiment that you'd really want, the digital camera, the cell phone, the UV light source, IR flashlight, surgical mask. All your samples should be stored in acid-free paper, paper envelopes, the whole 9 yards. When you're collecting samples, it's a serious thing. If you're spending that kind of time out there in the field, and you have your stations or whatever you're collecting from, or you possibly see a Bigfoot and you're going to collect that sample, do everything in your power, even videotape what you're doing, because you don't want to have the chain of custody be screwed up right from the get-go. They go ahead and tell you to take photographs and how to collect the sample. If anybody would like a copy of this, I could probably get it out to them, or you could go right through here. I'm going slow enough. You could read it or stop the video. So we're all the way down here. Put your surgical mask on, the whole 9 yards, on how to collect the sample. With more, hair collection continued, as you can see. For samples that are wet, dry them before packing them. You don't want to have a wet sample. Let them air dry. I don't suggest putting any heat to them. Just let them air dry for a day or two or whatever it is, and then get them put away. The procedure: you can begin filling out the data collection sheet located at the bottom of this document here. You're going to fill out a ton of stuff: the date, the time, the state, the coordinates, the description of the environment, weather conditions, the whole 9 yards, the height off the ground, where was the sample located, everything. I mean, this is, it's some serious stuff, because it could move forward showing, comparing and contrasting to normal animals, that that's the thing right now. They've tested a few known animals, and under the light, the UV light there, nothing has come back to kind of match that. So they're definitely looking for purported Bigfoot samples and regular samples that you can get from the field of known animals, because they're trying to compare and contrast. Way down here with the UV light, 3 inches away from the sample, turn on your cell phone camera and photograph the sample. Attach one photo to the data collection sheet. The whole, it's pretty well laid out here for you. I can get you a copy of this. Again, this is something that I wanted to bring to everybody's attention. Sasquatch pink hair experiment. And this is what you'd be filling out, the whole 9 yards, the sample, to get on board to do this, because it's kind of been quiet for now. It hasn't really been, talked about. Let me go ahead, close that, and yeah, so let me know if you're interested in doing any of that. Next, I am going to be talking about NC State here. There is a gentleman everybody knows, Darby Orcutt, good guy, looking into the university. He's into the Bigfoot thing, kind of. He pays attention to a lot of other things. He's been here quite a while. But the university, hopefully everything's going right in the next month or two. They're going to be opening a sample study for, Sasquatch hair testing or DNA testing in general, which is a really good thing for people like me and maybe you, or if you're watching this. So the goal is, he doesn't know how long they'll be able to run this specific study. Will it be 6 months? Will it be a year? He doesn't know, but it definitely will open, he said. But his main goal, and which kind of is my goal too, is giving to NC State, because here's the thing. We've seen what happened with a purported study before when they got $500,000, how things went awry. But Darby had stated that if they were to get enough donations, let's say they reached the $500,000 mark, now if everybody in our community just gave $5, they would reach that amount, with no problem. And what that would do is try to push to open a lab almost indefinitely for the DNA testing of, unknown creatures and stuff like that, or, other studies. But that would give people like me or you access long term. So I urge everybody to try to give to NC State. You can see up here, I will share the link to this in the description. I will share all the information from everything in the description, so you can go ahead and donate to NC State. I appreciate it. You're not doing it for me. Do it for the community. Do it for the research. Do this because we actually have scientists that are on board willing to test these things here in the next few months. That's big. That is big. I mean, there's been other studies, but nothing really like this. NC State is a commanding university. They know what they're doing, and they have some of the best labs. What else can I talk about here? So when you come down and you do donate, the section Science, Society, and the Strange, that's where you're going to basically donate, because that goes into the specific fund that's going to be handling that testing. You would add your information, the whole 9 yards again, get that sent over there. It is a 501c3, guys, so this is all tax deductible. Any money or your business gives, or sometimes your employer will do a match. There's also a thing at the bottom of this page that you can read about. But if you're into the Bigfooting thing, if you're into the cryptid thing, and you're trying to maybe get this solved one day, and you're really excited about NC State doing these DNA tests, I urge you to just donate something. It goes a long way. $5, $10, $50, $500, whatever it is, whatever you can afford. But like I said, if everybody donated $10 that is in this community or watches this video, I mean, it would really propel the university to say, hey, let's take a look at this, and maybe we can get somewhere and set this up for long term. And that is the goal, is long term. If you get long term DNA study for any type of cryptid creature, we're winning. We actually have somebody that's paying attention now. The scientists are paying attention. They're going to be giving us our chance. And I think we need to run with that, full steam ahead. So again, the pink Sasquatch hair study and the NC State DNA study here are two big things that are going to be coming out. You can reach me via my page here. I usually link my email down in there too. But I'll have all your information down in the bottom, and you can check that out.